I am a wanderer with a need to experience as much as I can in this life. I have a passion for food, travel, training, and the amazing people I meet along the way. As a professional strength athlete and Highland Games world champion, I plan to lift and throw myself around the world. This is my adventure. I am Matt Vincent. I am the DRIFTA LIFTA. Thank you.
One of the best things about traveling is getting to eat awesome food. The West Coast for me is all about tacos, and Tacolicious in San Francisco is as good a place as any to grab a bite.
And taco of the week sounds awesome.
It's really good, man.
Yeah, it sounds really kick-ass, man.
Looks great. Good IPA beer to cut with the spicy food. It's going to be real nice from a local brew, San Francisco Brewing. Short ribs, carnitas, chorizo, fish, and their taco of the day, which is the chicken with beer. Should be really, really great. Keep up with the taco tradition here in San Francisco this week. Cabbage and fish taco, the way to go. Punching out of San Francisco, we headed over to talk with my coach, Jesse Burdick. Jesse is the resident meathead and strength coach at CSA in Pleasanton, California. This gym has everything: MMA, CrossFit, and powerlifting, and Jesse's the guy there to help all those athletes reach their potential. His knowledge on training and diet helped me drop 30 pounds last year and become a better athlete. So here with Jesse Burdick at CSA. Jesse's been working with me for the last year or so, trying to make me less fat, make me a better athlete. And I want to talk to him a little bit about that and about trying to keep your nutrition in the right spots. Road food. Competing 20 times a year is tough.
It's brutal.
You know, especially with all the travel. I mean,
you're traveling a lot, you know, which is going to go ahead and screw with your hormones, with your insulin levels. You're trying to eat on the go. You're doing your best. You just don't know exactly how to kind of do it. And a lot of people see this as a grand problem. And what I want to do is just really try and make it very, very easy and very, very simple. We can go ahead and make this not a total lifestyle change. It's going to be something that you just kind of add on, and then it's going to go ahead and help your athletic, career.
This is not the most ideal thing to eat in the world. However, sometimes when you're on the road and you're competing, you can do some damage control. Protein style, in and out, you're in California, no reason to miss it. No one even likes bread. It's not even the most delicious part of the whole thing. And I think you can up your gains as long as you're eating on a reverse hyper too. That's a pro tip.
Patented.
While crushing burgers and tacos is great fun, I still got work to do. First up for the day, crowd favorite, the caber. Not only is the caber the most recognizable of all the heavy events, it's also the most challenging. Keep it together, Cass. It requires a combination of speed, power, strength, and technique to hit it right. There's some rules that are going to apply to all athletes.
Right, always.
And so what are your goals trying to work with, say, a fighter who, their total is not important?
Well, one of the rules that I kind of live by, and it's just, as a strength and conditioning coach, is, strength is never a weakness. Now, that doesn't mean that they need to, squat out of the monolift in briefs and, but there is elements of their game that need to be brought up, strength-wise. One of the rules that's going to go across every sport is, putting people in good position and realizing those positions and moving from those positions.
Go, baby, go!
So my job is to make sure that they don't get hurt while they're here and are able to perform when they're in the ring.
Historically, caber has not been a strong event for me. Scotty, however, is one of the best in the world, so I'm really going to have to concentrate to keep it close. Improving performance is what training has always been about for me. I train my ass off, and that way I know when competition comes, I can get the job done. Scott and I have battled back and forth all day. Having the confidence to know that when I need to perform, I can because I work hard in training is priceless. Luckily, I nailed the caber. This is going to leave it in Scott's hands, so he has to keep it close.
Look at the speed of that. Look at that.
You can see from his wildly animated behavior that he didn't quite get it done.
You know, the big changes, like you said, with, you know, dealing with dropping weight, man, I went through that this season. You know, after I lost the 25 pounds, it really wasn't a big strength loss for me. I was able to maintain that really well. The difference became that 25 pounds, if I'm throwing a 56-pound object, that's a big percentage. That's a change-up. And
Absolutely.
so I've got to lean further. My timing gets really different.
Yes.
I can get further back.
Yes.
You know, leverages change. And so I had a point in the season where I was frustrated.
I remember that. You sent me about a text message about this long.
Finish the throw, stupid! And the decision was, I've either got to be okay with being healthier and not throwing as far, or get to work.
Right.
Finish your pull, stupid.
And what fixes my throwing is me going to spend 4 days a week throwing.
Right.
Now time to get that sport-specific strength and get it back dialed in.
Absolutely. If you take a look, I mean, that's your transition from off-season to in-season.
That's
you know
exactly
what I mean?
what it was.
And then as you start to transition in, obviously you got to do more of what your sport is, or you're not going to be really good at your sport.
Yeah. I no-heighted 14 2 years ago, left all three out in front, and lost the national championship because of it. Had a 6.5-point lead going into the event. It's the last event of the day. Wah, wah, wah. Beers were had. Losing a national championship because you shit the bed sucks. After that experience, I decided to change my plan and become the best athlete I could. Utilizing Jesse was a big part of this plan for me.
Powerlifter athletes for a lot of times have used the crutch of being fat
Yes.
as something useful.
Like when I walked into my first powerlifting gym, they're like, how tall are you? I said, 6'2". Like, okay, you need to be 320 pounds to be a good powerlifter. You want to be a good powerlifter? Yes, you got to be 320 pounds. I was like, well, I'm 200 right now.
Jesus.
Okay, I guess if that's what I have to do in order to be, successful, I will.
Nothing's a foolproof plan, and the way I look at it is you've just got to stack the cards in your favor to be at the best that you can be.
Absolutely, and I mean that's what hopefully that's a great analogy, and hopefully all I was able to do is just give you a couple of cards, which is a plan. I could give you a giant spreadsheet with all this shit on it, but I mean what good is that going to do for a lot of people? Some people need that.
Yeah.
But for a lot of stuff, you're like, well, I'm doing a lot. I am a world champion. I'm doing okay. It's like, yeah, but you
could be
better.
That's the real tragedy right there.
Yeah. I want to be able to throw and compete at the level I'm at until it's no longer fun.
Right.
Not because my body stops.
Sure.
After weight over bar, we moved to the Sheaf. I never pictured myself traveling the world with my personal pitchfork. Let's just say it creates some funny looks at the airport. Scotty, living in London, does the majority of his competitions in the UK. Lucky for me, they don't throw a lot of Sheaf over there. So this is a great opportunity for me to take a couple points out of him. Wrapping a day of competition with a field record, an event win, and a personal best is always great. This gave me a 2-point cushion going into the last day. The last events are strong for both of us. We have hammer, lightweight for distance, and the stones. So it's really going to be a fight. Next time I head to Sacramento and I get a chance to talk and train with Mark Bell. I got a chance to learn some new training tips, be part of his podcast, and talk about his never-ending hustle in becoming a meathead millionaire.